Good noon, everyone. Welcome to our Sunday live Q&A, and we are live today in our Facebook and YouTube channels. Hello po sa lahat. Maraming salamat for waiting. And most especially sa ating mga low carb and fasting masterclass na mga enrollees. So for those who are still not part of our low carb and fasting masterclass, if you wish to join, you are more than welcome to be a part of this exclusive learning session group. So our Sunday na Q&A is actually ito ay regular namin ginagawa in our groups. It's just that for this month, special yung live Q&A because of our upcoming National Low Carb Day on October 2, 2022. So as our thanks to give thanks for all of you. Ginawa naming available for the public yung live Q&A namin until October 2, 2022. So that's going to be next week na po, 1 week na lang. So this one is going to be our last live Q&A for now. But don't worry if ever you want to have our live Q&A sessions, anything under the low carb and fasting universe, sasagutin natin yan in our LCF Masterclass group. So, kung nandyan kayo, thank you so much. Maraming salamat po. And of course, if you have testimonials, if you have stories you want to share with everyone, I hope you can put them in the comments. I-share natin lahat. Ano yung mga success ninyo, yung inyong mga victories when it comes to low carb and fasting na journey. Maraming salamat po. Thank you po. Naka-experience po ako ng LC Masterclass. Welcome and thank you for appreciation, Linlin. Nat Gonzalez, you can just message yung admin po. Send a message sa page na to in Facebook where you are inquiring at gagabayan kayo nila how to enroll in our online masterclass which is still ongoing. So hello, happy Sunday everyone. How are you all? So let's try to see. Thank you. Hi sa lahat. Watching from Antipolo, from Camarines Norte, Las Vegas. Thank you so much po. Maraming salamat. Hope to see you all. Keto rashes, usually, ito ang sinasabi natin no, na marami ng nagkakaroon nito if you do everything all at once before you go slowly and surely. Yung dapat, di ba, dapat low carb lang muna. Hindi kailangan ipagsabay lahat ng low carb, fasting, at saka exercise na to sobra-sobra. And if mainit pa yung panahon, usually keto rash is more evident kapag pinagpapawisan ka. So first thing that you need to do is wag mo na magpawisan or you change your clothes into lighter clothes. If sobrang kate talaga, you can take cetirizine. It's just an over-the-counter antihistamine. Pero if wala naman, you try to look into what you are doing. Baka kailangan dahan-dahan muna. So hindi kailangan mag-super fasting. And then with your low carb, stay low carb. Hindi kailangan sobrang high fat agad-agad because you might be producing more ketones than what your body is just able to adapt, able to accommodate, and yung exercise, make it a little lighter lang muna. And make sure you take enough electrolytes. So kahit asin lang muna, you make sure that you take enough salt sa inyong pagkain. And when it comes to your food, dapat meron talagang salt. Tama talaga yon. And kung hindi man kayang kumain ng mga maaalat or just enough, we are saying maaalat ha, as compared to the typical panlasang Pinoy na which is ngayon na sanayan na nga na medyo matabang talaga. But just enough salt for it to really taste good, you can actually already accomplish your sodium requirement in a day. At kapag tama yung sodium requirement mo, you also don't need to worry about your other electrolytes kasi masasecure na lang din sila. Parang si sodium, kumbaga, siya yung magki-keep balance to make sure na yung mga, especially yung mga intracellular electrolytes natin, like potassium and magnesium, sila yung makikip intact, including calcium. So, hello po. Hello. Marigina, thank you so much for tagging Maming. Maming is currently in the hospital kasi nagka-UTI si Papi. So, I hope Papi will be well. Masakit yung kanyang pag-ihi. So, and kung may magtatanong about UTI, it's a different thing than nutrition. But of course, kung gusto natin gumaling from infections, it would be best to make our blood sugar at normal level, maintain it at normal level. Okay, so we have videos for beginners, so you can just check Dr. Rojo low carb fasting beginners and it will pop up. Nandun po yun. Okay, thank you, Sonia. Just email also or send a message to our admins if you wish to know more sa ating masterclass right now. You can text them in this number kung gusto mong mag-enroll. Thank you. I hope to see you there. Maraming salamat po. Hindi po ba agad nagbaba timbang sa PCOS? Nag-fasting ako for 1 week, wala pa result po. I hope you will not be in a hurry because although fasting and low carb can be drastic for some, pero it's a matter of how's your metabolism to begin with. And yes, PCOS has something to do with metabolism. And you can just compare kung gaano katagal yung time before that you didn't eat right, that you didn't do right when it comes to your nutrition and lifestyle. And wag nating bubugin yung sarili natin that we push so much na expectation from it. Na 1 week, what is 1 week as compared to 20 years of your life, 30 years of your life, di ba? But as experience ng aking mga closest friends, they were able to reverse their PCOS when they did 2 months. No? So sa 2 months lang nakita na yung improvement. 2 months of doing clean, safe list, low carb talaga. And then eto mga nagano kasi they are capable of doing OMAD or 1 meal a day because of their work. Pero kung hindi naman kaya na mag-OMAD, you can just do TMAD. Hindi kailangan pwersahin. And when it comes to the safe list and food list, stick to it at least 2 weeks na kahit hindi ka muna mag-iisip ng fasting, you can eat as much as you want until mabusog ka, until masatisfy ka. And hopefully, after 1 to 2 weeks of doing that, you can already see na you are ready to fast. And when your body is already ready to fast, slowly but surely you can transition into TMAD, 2 meals a day, and OMAD. And hopefully, you can find the healing na nakita ng marami na ring iba when it comes to PCOS na yun nga ay mga nabuntis na. Yes, marami na pong nabuntis. Bumababa ba heart rate kapag nag-fast? When you do low carb and fasting, you are actually resting your body as long as hindi ka nag-physically active. And so, yes, Freddy, there is lowering of blood sugar and lowering of heart rate, but it shouldn't cause you to worry as long as hindi ka naman nahihilo, natutumba, o nanghihina. And there are even for those naman na parang mas nagpapalpitate, lumalakas yung kanilang pindig ng kanilang puso, that is usually related to electrolyte imbalance. So I hope it's when it's low, it's lower. So it's okay. For me, when I did I had a booster the other day. And then, tiningnan nila yung BP ko. Ilang beses nilang inulit pa kasi hindi sila makapaniwala. It's just 86/56 or 88/58. Nandun lang. So, hindi nga siya umaabot ng 90/60. And I told them, yun lang talaga yung usual kong blood pressure. And what is important is I don't have any symptoms of hypotension or sobrang baba ng BP. So that one is as expected for me because I know that is my usual blood pressure. And yun nga, kasi halos marami na ngayon na matataas yung BP. Before, 120/80 is already considered as ideal normal. But now, yung current standards, current science is telling us that it would be safer if we go below 120/80. So maybe if you can aim for just 110/70, and that would be okay. Kasi if we do physical activity, mas maganda, meron pang allowance yung puso natin to increase its workload. Because if we are increasing the workload of our heart to begin with, it's just a finite machine. Eventually, magi-give up din ito. So yes, when it comes to exercise, it's good to increase our heart rate, but only during exercise. Hindi kailangang sustained na mataas yung heart rate natin because that can lead into early din na pag-give up ng ating mga puso. So, we have to take care of our heart, do more when it comes to exercise na tamang exercise, HIIT, and for those naman na nagkakaroon ng mga endurance training, yun yung technique na sinare sa atin ni Coach Oli, ni Kuya Oli, na when you do your physical activity, you should aim for a heart rate that is lower than 180 minus age. So if you're 30 years old, 180 minus age, so that's 150. You can even have a lower limit pa until 140 to 150 or even 130 to 150, but wag lalagpas sa formula na 180 minus age to make sure that you are not overdoing your heart, you are not overworking your heart, and hindi naman ito magkakaroon ng sobrang glucose need. Kasi if it's beyond that, you will need more glucose. And when you need more glucose, and since naka-low carb tayo, baka sobrang gluconeogenesis that time na especially for those preserving their muscles. But it's also a different heart rate for those doing HIIT. So HIIT, yung HIIT, high intensity interval training, it's way beyond 180. So dapat medyo mataas din. Iba rin yung level ng heart rate na very, very high during HIIT, like in sprint, yung mga ganong panahon. But it shouldn't be sustained. Kung pwede, nasa 10 to 20 seconds lamang. Hindi siya yung sustained to make sure na hindi talaga mo-overwork yung puso natin. For those asking questions in our LCF Masterclass, you can just send a message to our admins po. And later, don't worry, our admins will reply to your comments para ma-assist kayo nila. Maraming salamat. Hello to Cebu, Doongan, Butuan City. One kidney na lang with high protein. Make sure it's low carb and make sure it's clean protein, and ano yung inyong ibig sabihin with high protein. Okay? So, when it comes to high protein, if it's full high protein alone without so much without intake of proper amount of healthy fats at hindi mo na sure na low carb yan, then high protein intake is something that I don't recommend. So as baseline, hi, we have this our baseline na low carb, and then the fats you can adjust, okay? Modifiable yung fats natin regarding when it comes to your energy needs, and when it comes to proteins naman, this one is also it's also modifiable, moderate to high protein. So it has something to do with your overall kidney function, because yung maganda sa kidney natin, kahit isang kidney na lang, if it's fully functioning, that's still 50%. At alam nyo ba, what is good news when it comes to our kidney function? Based on physiology, our body is capable of living a normal life even if we only have a residual of 20% kidney function. So, I know that sounds like good news, pero hindi natin kailangan abusuhin yan. At mas maganda pa rin, of course, if we have fully functioning na kidneys. And if ever naman, like maybe you donated one kidney to another, which means that you saved another person, then that is okay. So when it comes to protein intake, meron yung computations. It will be dependent on your body composition, your activity, your metabolism, your age, and male or female. But generally, you just do low carb, you do moderate proteins, and depending on your physical activity, you can do high to moderate fat intake. So, depende rin if you want to lose weight or gain more muscle weight, because hindi lang siya sasabihin natin, yes, okay, mag-high protein. Because high protein and without exercise, without physical activity, then it may not really be the best for you. kailangan meron niyang kamatch na ganyan. And that's why I hope to see you in our low carb and fasting masterclass para mas magabayan kayo po. Maraming salamat. Pwede po ba araw-araw coconut flour bread sa newbie kasi puro naman nasa safe list na ingredients? Yes, kung puro naman sa safe list na ingredients and you're the one doing it talaga, so ano ba yung nasa safe list natin? It's na coconut bread. I think it's just egg, the coconut flour, egg, salt. 'Di ba? Parang you can already make a coconut flour bread na. But the thing is, make sure na hindi ka nag-under sa intake mo ng other nutrients. So, make sure na kumakain ka ng tamang load or dose ng karne, ng meat, and other sources like small piece of liver, which is like our natural multivitamins, because the problem when you are always eating coconut flour bread, yung kanyang space na iaalat sa tiyan mo will take up so much. Grabe makabusog yan because it's absorbing a lot of water and medyo siksik. So yes, you are eating low carb, but it might not be the most nutrient dense kind of low carb unless you make it nutrient dense. So coconut flour, maybe pwede mong lagyan ng eggs, no? Yung medyo eggy siya na coconut flour. So, and then you will use coconut oil and then lagyan mo ng maybe bits of meat para meron siyang kakaunting extrang proteins, or you can make your own liver spread na natural liver spread, yung homemade liver spread. So it can be healthier. But be careful whenever you take those low carb goodies dahil baka napag-iiwanan yung nutritional need nyo when it comes to vitamins and minerals. B complex is one of the most essential. So, yung mga folic acid, niacin, riboflavin, lahat yan. Yung vitamin B1, B3, B6, B12, those are all very, very abundant in meat. So, different kinds of proteins. You can have fish, you can have seafoods, you can have eggs even. So eggs, and then of course beef, yung bakang Pinoy or kalabaw, it's also very nutritious. So make sure you eat the necessary proteins that you need para hindi kayo kulangin. Okay? Sige. Yes, for our admins, kindly attend to our comments regarding masterclass inquiries. Hindi ko magawang magdi 4 upo. Magdi 4 upo. Now, haha, nagagawa ko na po at ang gaan ng feeling ko. Grabe, thank you sa mga videos mo. Oh, congratulations, Emily, and you're so, so pretty. Very beautiful. Ayan, de 4 na, no? Ang ganda-ganda. Those are what we call NSV, non-scale victory. So that's why wag lang always maging fixated sa timbang lang. Yung timbang, maybe you just check once a month, once every 2 months, just so you know, but you don't let it attend to your usual na iisipin mong yun na yung pinaka-standard mo sa iyong goals, no? You can reach a goal even without considering kung ano yung timbang na mangyayari. Okay? So, interested with masterclass? So, yan, nandiyan na sila. Gising na sila. Good PM po, Doc. Paano po nagagawang electrolytes? Ano po ang ingredients? Tama po ba yung salt, baking powder, and cream of tartar? So, electrolyte drink, meron tayong parang combination of electrolyte drink na we have water, we have salt. So the salt will give you sodium chloride, and then the baking powder will give you sodium bicarbonate. So those are still both sodium, and the cream of tartar would be for your potassium needs. Okay? So it's potassium and sodium basically. Hindi lahat kailangan ng cream of tartar, and most likely yung ating mga enrollees na nagkakaroon ng electrolyte imbalance, marami dyan ay hindi kailangan mag-load agad na the moment ng electrolyte imbalance sila, maglalaklak na sila ng ating electrolyte drink. You have to consider many things. And as for me, yun yung sinasabi ko always, I have that electrolyte concussion na ingredients ready, but actually I don't drink them, especially if I'm not on extended fasting. So, hindi pa ako na-extended fasting lately. So, even if I do extended fasting last time, 2 days, 3 days, not to the point that I will need electrolyte drink. I just drink maybe pinch of salt lang and water. But generally, on a day-to-day basis, I'd rather have my electrolytes, my sodium chloride directly coming from my food. So, mas maganda. Our food is loaded with vitamins and minerals, and then I make sure na meron itong sodium because yung mga karne, yung mga other low carb goodies are not inherently high in sodium. So asin lang actually. But if ever you want that, I also have a coachee before na a family friend na yung buong ref nila ay puno na ng water, ng electrolyte drink water. And they're also okay with it. Para siyang security blanket kasi hindi na sila sanay na medyo maalat yung kanilang kinakain. So, they have that to supplement their needs. But yes, those can be okay po. Okay? Good day po. Diabetic, yes, we have a diabetes masterclass, low carb and fasting masterclass for diabetes. For those who are asking how do I start, meron na po tayong maraming videos about that for beginners, low carb for beginners, and I hope you can watch that again. Okay? Welcome po, Ma'am Kimberly. Daming bait ulo. Go ng mga health tips mo sa amin. Thank you po. Hindi ko maintindihan, but I thank you for appreciating. Normal po ba yung sinisipuan at hatching-hatching sa umaga or gabi kapag may sugar yung nakain ko? No rice na po ako 2 months. So, if you wanna consider that as normal, then that's why no wonder tayo ay mas lumalala yung mga sakit natin over time. Yung pag-atching at pagsipon, those are already signs of inflammation. It's already allergic rhinitis na yan. So allergy shouldn't be normal. So meaning you are doing, good news lang is meaning you are doing low carb. It's just that dumating na sa panahon na you are becoming sensitive to sugar. Kapag hindi mo tinigilan yan, eventually your body will adapt. Okay? Masasanay na siya. But hopefully, you will listen to your body and makita mo na it's actually the signal that your body is telling you na you shouldn't do it. And if you choose to still do it, then it's your choice. Alam niyo namang hindi tayo namamersa ng kahit ano pinaniniwalaan natin. We are pro-choice, but I hope you choose well. You choose yourself. Okay? Good day po. Good day po. Watching from Malabon City, 57 410. Question, anong ideal weight para sa akin? Na-watch ko video nyo with Sir Alan. Nag-switch me sa meat, fish, seafood, egg. How much protein should I take every day to avoid kidney problem? Thank you po. Si Ma'am Leonora. 410, so just around 50 kilos is already okay na. And if you don't have any problems pa naman with your kidneys, you can have 1.5 to 2 grams of proteins in a day. So, 1 to 2 grams. So, lagay natin 75 to 100. So, kung lagay natin 100 grams of proteins in a day, that is equivalent to about half kilo of meat. Pwedeng half kilo of lean meat na puro isda, half kilo ng chicken, half kilo ng pork or beef. So, yon. Because for every 100 grams of meat, okay, raw, yung hilaw na timbang ng proteins, nasa 1/4 to 1/5 lang yung proteins niyan. So for every 100 grams, nasa 20 to 25 grams lang yung proteins niyan. So for every 1 kilo, nasa 200 to 250 grams lang. So since marami siyang component, minsan na tayo makakuha ng pure meat talaga, you can just make it conservative at 100. So half kilo ng karne, you can already reach your protein intake in a day. So if hindi mo kayang ubusin ng isang kalahating kilo ng karne in one sitting, then you can divide them into 2 meals or 2 meals and 1 light snacks na puro ganon. And then you can add in, kung kulang man sa'yo, you can add a little more, or you can add some extenders like yung coconut flour bread na sabi ni ma'am, na which is on the safe list of low carb, or vegetables. You can also have that one. Okay? Wag po nating pababain ng sobrang bilis yung ating paano po kaya mapapabilis ang pag-lose ng weight? Si Ma'am Joybel, nakikita ko yung profile mo, before and after pic na yan. Ano pa ang kailangan nating bilisan? Like, if our body is now starting to slow down sa pag-weight loss niya, maybe because you actually don't have so much weight to lose anymore. And that's good news. At yung maganda dyan, meaning hindi na water loss yung nalulose nyo, kahit pa slowly na lang yung inyong weight loss over time. But if you are sticking to the right kind of low carb and you are fasting on your schedule at ito ay clean fasting, then you should be grateful and appreciative na yung weight loss nyo from that day on is actually pure low carb na. So, hindi na siya pure low carb, pure fats na. So, yun yung mga importante nating mga kailangan tandaan. Let's not always, no? Let's not push ourselves talaga na sa sobra-sobra na. Kasi kawawa naman yung katawan natin. We have to give it time for it to rest. So, clean low carb is the best. So, ako naka-fasting pa. It's now 1:04 and water lang. So far, I'm doing clean fasting as much as I can ngayon sa mga panahong ito. And hopefully, you'll be more successful. And try to make sure that you are not just focusing on the weight alone kasi minsan yung focus natin nawawala na tayo sa healing. Our low carb and fasting nutrition is made first for healing and the body, the beauty side, the aesthetic side is just secondary. It will come, but your body needs to heal first. Minsan kasi yung naiisip ng iba, yung pinaka-goals nila, yung artista level agad na beauty. That needs a lot of work, surgical, even sa iba, and then a lot of mga procedures. And usually, wag kayong magpadala lang sa nakikita ninyo sa TV, sa mga commercials, yon, sa mga Hollywood actors and actresses. Because as much as they want to say na it's just discipline, medyo wala pa po atang artista na hindi pa nakapag-undergo ng procedure. Okay? Maybe surgical or non-surgical procedure to maintain that youthful look. So, trust the process that your body knows what it's doing for it. Okay? Huwag lang basta-basta magpadala sa physical lang na aspect. And if you notice, yung mga long-term na, yung matagal nang nag-low carb and fasting, they will tell you na the physical side will just follow afterwards as long as you stick to the right kind of low carb. Especially yung mga nangangayayat, nagkakaroon ng wrinkles over time. There's autophagy, it will lessen, but it might take a couple of months or years. But if you want quick, then meron namang Botox, yon, ginagawa ko rin yon, Botox, fillers, yon. Pwede kayong magpaganon kung gusto ninyo. But of course, if you want the natural way, later na yan, the physical side can just follow. Okay? Vitamin D3 and fish oil, those are all okay with low carb and fasting. So those are the supplements that we need with vitamin D3. I have vitamin D3 but hindi ko na rin naiinom, especially when it's day when I know na with my schedule na nakakalabas-labas ako. And I have even this one, indirect sun exposure. It's already okay. So, but of course, no, again, at least 15 minutes of under the sun, being under the sun per day is your best source of vitamin D. Pag may GERD po ba, kailangan OMAD-TMAD? Ano po ba dapat kainin na bawal? So, still stick to the safe list lang kung merong GERD kasi yung iba hindi makatolerate ng sakit sa sikmura, especially when they are still starting. But this is what I tell you, you don't need to fast right away. So, hindi kailangan walang hard and fast rule that you do OMAD, you do TMAD, agad-agad. No, you can still follow the first 2 weeks of eating as much as you want na low carb and fast when you are ready. But if you want to know more about management of GERD, I hope you can join the LCF Masterclass for peptic ulcer disease, GERD, and yun, yung heartburn, those are under that same masterclass na kung saan merong mga different strategies to manage it para mas sustainable yung inyong healing. So, No, naka-purchase pa ng cereal, puro expired. Kasi hindi ko nga pino-promote yun, wala akong pino-promote, parati ng tubig lang nga lang dinadala ko dito. And I'm not promoting any products, even if I believe in certain things like melatonin, vitamin D3, and fish oil, and ano pa ba, mga things that I believe in. I don't know, hindi rin ako masyadong nagbi-believe ng maraming sa calcium. It's better for me, I think, to create your own homemade yogurt to have that source of calcium. And wala ako masyadong maraming supplements. And even if I believe in those, I don't even advertise any of those. So, nasa sa inyo na where to get them. Pero definitely, never cereals, especially high carb pa na cereals. Okay? So, sa mga nag-message sa akin, if I didn't reply to you, alam nyo na that it's because na I just know that you are not listening really well, because I know some of you nag-message pa sa pages, nagpapasalamat, thank you, Doc, sa ganitong cereal at bumili ako at babaunin ko ito. So it's your choice. That's why, sorry na lang kung hindi ko ma-atim na mag-reply, because you simply are not really learning the best way, which is to study kung ano yung nasa food list natin. Stick to the safe list. Wala pong processed food sa safe list. Okay? Walang processed food sa safe list. So, hindi yan necessary. Hindi siya necessity. Okay? So, anyway, moving forward. Yes, fake po yung mga ano na yon. Enrique, hindi normal ang constipation, but you have to clarify that maybe it's not constipation. Baka ano lang, smaller stool bulk. And when you have smaller stool bulk, meaning sa quantity ng stool mo, hindi na talaga siya expected na hindi na siya ganon karami as compared to high carb, because yung kinakain natin are the foods that are more digestible at na-absorb ng ating katawan. Whereas before, with high carb, yung rice, yung patatas, yung mga starchy food, yung mga bread, pasta, maraming basura yon. So that's why it's expected you will really have a bulk of stool. Malakihan talaga yung poop mo. But when you do mostly egg, meat, fish, those are almost full fat and protein that your body can really absorb. So, konti na lang yung kanilang residue. So, it's expected na hindi ka talaga gano'n na kadami yung pagbabawal movement natin, pagpupoop natin. And what is important is for you to recognize that and for you to know that at hindi mo ito kailangang pwersahin. Okay? So, hope you can watch that video. I made a video last year, constipation in low carb. You can read that one. This September 28th will be my first month life without rice. Wow! Ano ito bang araw nito? 3 days on Wednesday. Congratulations, Jurgen. Congratulations sa iyong life without rice. I hope you are experiencing the amazing na health benefits, and at the same time, I hope you know, no? I hope you know na the empowerment na binibigay for you to be able to say no to something na grabe, sobrang ingrained sa ating system, because pinalaki tayong rice is life. And for you to get out of that idea is already very, very good na achievement talaga. It's a personal achievement that you can always brag about within you lang. Hindi kailangan i-brag about sa others, okay? You can always look back with that achievement. So, keto treats nakakataas ng blood sugar. That's why we never promote it, because we'll never know kung ano ang ginagamit nilang sweeteners. All sweeteners are generally at least on caution list, and there are even certain sweeteners that are in our danger list. So try to avoid them. So that's why if you are not the one making those keto treats, then it's never recommended. If you can create a keto treat that is all within the safe list, then pwede. But generally, mga treats, mga low-carb goodies, it should be taken with caution, okay? Because yes, pwede silang makakapagpataas ng blood sugar if those are not real keto treats, because as the moment that you buy them only outside, then hindi mo na talaga alam kung they are really safe. So although I have good friends who are bakers, low carb bakers that I can trust, but generally to be safe, we have to be cautious whenever we take them, and we take them for special reasons and special occasions at ano talaga, with the right mindset. Okay? And yeah, the best way to check is yun yan. Kapag meron kaming nakitang low carb, sugar-free product in the market. So we try it, I share it to my siblings. Tapos yung tanong nila, may glucometer ka ba dyan? So check mo. So yun yung pinaka-gauge because iba-iba yung response natin. So if you are looking into managing your blood sugar, then maybe it's better to check your blood sugar before eating that treat, that low carb goodie, and then check it after 1 hour and then 2 hours after, dalawang beses. So you'll know if there's spike. And if wala naman, then maybe it's somewhat safe. But generally, make sure na wala itong other ingredients na low carb pero inflammatory like seed oils, margarine, because we'll never know kung anong nilagay nila, yung mga shortening, yun yung hindi man siya directly makakapagpataas ng blood sugar, but it can lead into insulin resistance, which is actually even worse. So possible kon- ma ma-reverse yung stage 3. In our experience, there are some who are able to reverse their stage 3 CKD. We have a low carb and fasting masterclass for those who know paano i-adjust yung kanilang food intake na low carb, especially if meron na silang kidney problems para hindi ito ma-worsen. Okay? So, I think that's it. I hope you are having a good Sunday. For those who have a lot more of questions, I actually encourage you to join our Facebook groups kasi yung Facebook group natin, it is being managed by amazing mga citizen scientists that became my friends and eventually parang family ko na din. They are helping me manage these groups, the low carb feasting and fasting community. So it's LCFF na magkakaroon din tayo ng meet and greet dyan sa National Low Carb Day this October 2, 2022. Next Sunday na po yan. I hope to see you there. So sa mga hindi nasagot na tanong, you can actually join this group, and this is where we give support sa mga taong merong tanong about low carb and fasting. And for those naman na naghahanap ng paano magsimula, ano yung kakainin ko, we also have a free Facebook group. Kung hindi pa kayo ready sumali ng aming low carb and fasting masterclass for certain diseases, then you can just join Life Without Rice for free. You will be inspired with so many other foods na low carb, nakakatakam, mura, madaling i-prepare. So yon. And I hope to see you there. For more questions, you can send a message to our admins and the admins of these pages. So thank you so much. I hope to see you all sa upcoming National Low Carb Day natin on October 2, 2022. For face-to-face access, pwede nyo i-message yung page na kung saan kayo nanonood ngayon, or log into www.nationallowcarbday.com. And for virtual access naman, go to LowCarbCon PH na kung saan bibigyan kayo ng 1-month membership subscription para ma-review ninyo yung mga videos, especially the LowCarbCon 2022. This is co-founded by my good friend, Dr. Iris Radev. So maraming salamat everyone. Always remember to stay low carb, especially safe list low carb, so that we all stay safe. Maraming salamat. Have a good